Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Action Jackson, man. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my preview on how we should beat the Saints tomorrow night, man. So, I've been slacking, man. I haven't been doing my previews. And I've been noticing ever since I haven't been doing my previews, my Cowboys been slacking on these games, man. So, back again with the previews. I should have been doing them consistently, but, I'm done with college for right now. I pick up classes again on January 10th. But as you guys know, when I do the previews, I always like to go over the injury report for both sides. So, of course, I'm starting off with the Cowboys. One caveat that's probably not going to show up right here is that we have DeMarcus Lawrence back, which I'm super happy about now. That's an added defensive lineman piece that we're getting back, another added element that somebody's going to help us in the run game. Also, in obvious passing down situations. And, DeMarcus Lawrence, if you guys are familiar with DeMarcus Lawrence, we were all familiar with him getting after the passer. Not as consistently as he did back in 2017, 2018, but we're going to get Eli back, and I'm really excited about that. And Michael won't be alone on that D-line trying to make plays all the time. So, Terrell Basham, chest injury, he's going to play. Amari Cooper, he is going to play. I know they're listing him as questionable, but it was reported today that he's traveling with the team, and he's going to be able, and he will suit up and he will play Thursday. Zeke is going to play. Even though they said Zeke's going to play, there was a quote by Jerry Jones saying that they're going to give him a heavy workload, which I don't see happening. We all know that Zeke has been very limited with his knee contusion that he's been dealing with. People were saying that he's been dealing with this ever since the Carolina game, and I can kind of see that happening. So he's been dealing with that knee injury since then, so it's been a nagging sort of thing for him. So, we obviously have seen that Zeke hasn't been the same since. So we're going to use Zeke. I'll give you a little bit later on what I think the Cowboys will do with Zeke later on when I break down the ways on how we're going to beat the Saints, man. CeeDee Lamb, he is going to play. Malik Turner is going to play. Cedric Wilson's out with an ankle injury. He should definitely be back when we play on the 12th, December 12th, against the Washington football team. Yeah, so that's the injury report for the Cowboys. And then for the Saints, Paulson Adebo, he's going to play. Teron Armstead, he's questionable. Marcus Davenport's out. Andrew Dorwell he's going to play. Caden Hellis is out. Taysom Hill will play. Mark Ingram will play. I don't know what's up with Alvin Kamara. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. Probably might be a game time decision. Tano, he's out, and Ryan Ramczyk, he's questionable. All right, man. So that's the quick update on the injury report. So let's go into the ways on how we're going to beat the New Orleans Saints, man. Let's get it. So, as I always like to show a graphic give you guys a quick, brief idea of what happened the past couple times we played the Saints. The past 3 times actually, we played the Saints. It's always been close. It's been pretty close games, 1-score games, things like that. So here are the scores with that. So now I'm just gonna talk about the ways we can beat the Saints. So, number 1, put pressure on Taysom Hill / Trevor Siemian. I understand they like to go in with one quarterback, but then I also know at the same time that they like to put Taysom Hill in certain packages, like quarterback read situations. They like to put him in at tight end, wide receiver. He's their Swiss Army knife, jack of all trades, but master of none. That all saying that they normally say out there. It's a very old saying, but it's kind of true. He's not really great at one thing, but he does a lot of different things for them. He plays quarterback. He'll play running back. He'll play receiver. He'll play tight end. Hell, he'll play cornerback if they need him to. Basically, just put pressure on whoever's back there at quarterback, really. Either Taysom Hill or Trevor Siemian. They're saying that Taysom Hill is going to start, and that's a plus for us. Even though I really don't like when the Cowboys face up against dual threat quarterbacks, because every time we go up against a dual threat quarterback, we're always in for a ride. because we're not really good at containing dual threat quarterbacks. We've been better at that, a little bit better now, obviously, since we have Michael Parsons. He's such a freak that he can play on the edge. And teams, as you see, when they try to run those read options, they don't ever run it ever towards Michael Parsons' side. They always try to run it to the opposite DN, or they don't really try to do a lot of run stuff when Michael Parsons is around the line of scrimmage, obviously. So yeah, just put pressure on the quarterback, man. Number two, establish a run with Tony Pollard. So, like I said earlier, when I was going down with the injury report talking about with Zeke, and they were saying, I believe they said that he was going to play or he was questionable, one of the two. But Zeke is going to play, and like I said, there was a quote pushed out there by Jerry Jones saying that he's going to get a heavy workload. I just think that's smoke and mirrors for the Saints to try and pick up any little tidbits before the game. I don't. We're gonna. Zeke is gonna suit up. Zeke's gonna play, but Zeke's gonna be out there for like the first series, maybe first two series. But after that, I just really think that we're gonna establish the run with Tony Pollard. You establish the run with Tony Pollard. It's easy as football, guys. You run the ball consistently. You're able to get 4 or 5 yards, six yards a pop, man. That's gonna easily open up that passing game that I believe we need to get going against this game as well. Because you get those cornerbacks, they sitting on a lot of stuff, and they think they get a lot of runs, and then bam, we pull out that play action. But let's just establish a run with Tony Pollard. I believe this needs to be a Tony Pollard game. I believe we're going to use Zeke. So since Zeke is limited, all Dallas is going to do is just use him in short yardage situations, 3rd and 1, 3rd inches, 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2. Goal line situations, we need to get 4th and inches, anything like that. We might use Zeke in those situations, but I don't think what Jerry Jones said with Zeke Elliott getting a lot of carries, I don't see that happening, man. So just establish the run. Number 3, don't fall for Sean Payton's tricks. Sean Payton always loves to throw a little wrinkle in there every single time he plays against us, or any single time that he's going up against an opponent that he knows he's a little bit outmatched by. He always loves to run a little bit of a trick play. So watch out. He'll try to do a trick play with Trevor Siemian might be quarterback, and Taysom Hill can be on the outside of the numbers. They can do a little screen to Taysom Hill, then Taysom Hill throws it across the field, and that's how they try to get big plays. Or they have Taysom Hill in the backfield, and they have Trevor Siemian at quarterback. They might do like a little read situation. Anything like that can always happen. So always look out for that. Sean Payton always loves to throw in some little wrinkles when he knows that he's outmatched. The 4th key to us beating New Orleans is to stop the run, essentially. I know they say that Mark Ingram is going to play, but I'm not sure if Alvin Kamara is going to play. If Alvin Kamara plays, that's going to be a little bit more different of a dynamic, because now you're going to have Alvin Kamara to go out there and go play. And I believe if Alvin Kamara is able to go, I'm putting Michael Parsons at linebacker, because Michael Parsons is the only linebacker that we got who can play in space and who can cover up an Alvin Kamara type. Alvin Kamara is real elusive, shifty. He will break a lot of tackles. So if Alvin Kamara plays, you have to make sure that we shut him down. And I believe one of those keys on shutting him down is just putting Michael Parsons on him. And one thing I noticed I know it was 2018, but listen, when you put a good hit on Alvin Kamara, he's going to fold up a little bit. Yeah, he's one of the running backs who's going to run around you, and normally he's not really used to somebody really hitting him that hard because he's always breaking a lot of tackles all the time. When Jalen Smith hit him like that on that Thursday night, that boy was seeing stars that day. So, man, look, just play physical football. And to me, this goes hand in hand. I know that we have to stop the run, but this also goes with playing physical. New Orleans is a physical football team. Don't let their record fool you. Don't let these past couple of games fool you. They are a really physical team. They're not laid down or bow down to nobody. That's who they've been like ever since. For the past decade, they've been a physical, hard-nosed team. They're never going to lay down for anybody or anyone. So we have to make sure that we don't get out physical by the New Orleans Saints. That's this it goes hand in hand. So stopping the run, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, that's 4A, and then 4B is just don't get out physical by the New Orleans Saints, man. They're gonna try to punch you in the mouth, you punch them right back. Things like that, man. And just lastly, man, just get the ball out. Just get the ball out quick to your players. New Orleans D line, their front four is pretty nasty, man. You know, they have, I believe, if I'm saying the D lineman correctly, they have Cam Jordan. He's a solid defender, solid run defender, solid. He's solid getting to the passer in passing situations. He's probably going to be lined up over Lyle Collins, and when him and Lyle Collins go up, it's a pretty even matchup. But Cam Jordan sometimes gets the best of him at times. Not saying he beats him all the time, continuously or anything like that. So I believe Lyle Collins is going to handle that matchup. You got David Onyemata. He's a D tackle, really solid in the run game. New Orleans, that's another team. They're really solid in the run game. They're going to try to stop the run. But I believe that when you get the ball out quick to your defenders, trying to make sure that Marshawn Lattimore isn't going to try to play physical with you at the line of scrimmage. Even though he's not that much of a physical player to me, he pick and chooses when he wants to be a top 10 quarterback. Open the big lights, he'll show up against Mike Evans. He'll shut down Mike Evans. Make sure he has less than 20 yards and 0 touchdowns, but he'll turn around and give up 100 yards to this team really isn't that good to me. They have no outside presence, so I'm not really worried about any big, deep play routes. They do have speed guys. They have Tommy Harris, I think his name is, number 11. The only thing I know his number, his last name is Harris, and he's like 5'8", 5'9". He is super fast. Do not give the big play to him. Obviously they have a little bit of receivers like I think Marquez Galloway or something like that. They have solid guys, but they don't have a quarterback who can distribute the ball. That's sad that they lost Jameis Winston, but that was like 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. So they've been past that. But they haven't had an outside presence receiver all year, especially since Mike Thomas has basically been out the entire year. So I'm not really too worried about this game as long as we follow these keys. Stop the run, don't fall for Sean Payton's tricks, establish the run with Tony Pollard, put pressure on whoever's back there at quarterback, stop the run again, and get the ball quick to our playmakers. We should hopefully we blow these cats out and we come out of the game healthy. And then Dallas goes on their 10-day rest, man, and we have to go rest up for Washington. So yeah, thank you guys for the video. Thank you guys for supporting the videos. Hope you guys like it. Have a nice day. Bye.